welcome to the first ever episode of my level request series where I help you guys become better as creators. We have 4 levels here. Pear Git, I don't know how to pronounce that, by Aris Gamer, Bloons 3 by Pugmaster706, Blaster by Nightwolf GD, and Stardust by iRawstep. Once again, you can send your IDs in the comments or you can DM me on Discord. My username will be in the description. And let's get started. Alright, Per Git by Aris Gamer. So I just want to start off by saying there's this really cool editor trick called, well, turning off glow. I'll show you a video of what I mean. Basically, most of the blocks that you can collide with in this level are called, well, they have glow outline on them. And usually that's a bad idea when you're making this kind of level. I can see that it's inspired by K-Jackpot, and I don't remember from memory, but I'm pretty sure he does turn off glow. So here's what I mean. Here's an example of when you use glow on blocks. This block, for example, does have glow checked, right? So the outline of the block will have glow in the final version. But this block doesn't have glow checked, and you'll see the difference here. When you have glow unchecked, it won't have the glow outline. It makes it easier for you to tell the difference between the fake blocks and the real blocks. There won't be a difference, usually, if you're doing it well. But with your level, you have glow on the blocks that you can collide with, and that kind of ruins the vibe. But it's pretty good nonetheless. Alright, getting that out of the way, I just want to say this level is pretty fun. I like the creativity. The layout, it's pretty good. It's inspired by K-Jackpot. The spinning objects and the movements are really creative. If they were executed well, this would be a really nice level. It's fun. It's upbeat. The song's good. Obviously, it's a Seismic song, I think. Peer Gint. Though I have to say the gameplay is just a little weird and hard to read. Generally, what happens with featured levels, people like readable gameplay, right? You can see what's happening ahead of time, and that's not really present in this level. If you had some kind of indicator, say an arrow, or maybe earlier movements, I think this would be a really nice level. The sync's good, it's just that it's hard to read sometimes. Alright, Bloons 3 by Pugmaster706. This level's very, very charming. It's cute, creative, fun, and I really love this level. It's cute. It's a cute Bloons styled level. I can see you really into Bloons. The deco's nice, though the transitions could be a lot better, a lot more readable. The gameplay is iffy, awkward, janky in some parts. It's just hard to read and a little awkward, but it's still kind of fun once you get it off. It's a little hard though, and I think that was the intention. But it's lively, it's pretty, it's creative, and I really like it. The gameplay aside, I feel like this could get featured, and I saw some mods have sent it in the comments. I think you have really great potential to be an amazing creator. This is a nice level. Blaster by Nightwolf GD. So this level is an old style level, it's like 1.0, kind of like Dear Nostalgist, if you remember that level. And I can say it's fine. The gameplay is like very hard to read in a lot of parts, and I think that was the intention. It was kind of a memory thing with all the moving objects, but it's just that it's not as fun when it's not as readable. People wouldn't usually like to play Memory Demons unless they're, I don't know, unless they're weird. But it's fine. The gameplay's fine in the parts that you can't read. With arrows or earlier movements, some kind of indicator, like I said before, this could be fixed, it could be easier. But the aspect of the moving objects is pretty creative. It could be executed better, but it's alright. With this creativity comes a lot of epic levels. I feel like that's why levels get epic, is because they're creative. But the backgrounds could be darker and less opaque. I can show you what I mean by that. It's pretty empty, and air deco, maybe ground deco could be cool and a lot more effects, but it's creative and fun in some parts, and it's a pretty cool level. Here's an example of when you're using a background. Notice how the background is a little, it's very opaque, and it's kind of hard to see what you're doing with the gameplay, right? There's an easy fix to this. If we just lower the opacity, let's say we put an alpha trigger, set it to that group, make it opacity maybe 40. You'd notice how it's a little easier to see what you're playing, right? And it looks a bit better as well. It's not clustered, it's not a mess. I reckon that would add a lot to your level, and if you just added that opacity trigger. The backgrounds are fine, it's just that little thing bothers me. Alright, Stardust by iRawstep. I want to start off by saying this is a really nice and fun level. I was surprised to see you didn't have any creator points, because this level is just stunning. The gameplay is pretty decent, and the effects and block designs are creative and lively. I especially like the part with the light and dark mode switch, like the little phone, yeah, whatever. This definitely will get featured though, and you will be a great creator in the future. I can see loads of potential in you. The backgrounds could be a little darker to help with readability and visibility though, because I can see in it, after the first section, it just starts to get a little hard to see. Maybe a little more contrast between the background and the foreground would help a lot. I find that placing just a sheet of black blocks with around 0.10 to 0.15 maybe opacity over the B4 layer helps with making it darker a lot. It's a lot easier to just make it darker, and it makes your level look pretty good. I'll show you how in a second. But the atmosphere at the start is really nice. I like that background. I feel like it's a little overused, maybe, and the structures are a little weird, but it's really nice. Also, I found a bug. You might want to fix that. But yeah, this is a really nice level, and the mods seem to agree too. Here's an example in Unwind where I have a sheet of black blocks. They're all black, and they have an opacity of like 0.24, and they're all over the B4 layer, right? This is going to make the background darker. For example, if I set this to a color that was, say, just solid black, right, instead of 0.24. Oh, no, actually. You know what? So, if I just made this 0, right? Know that. Then the background will seem all cluttered. It'd be hard to see what you're doing. Maybe less of an example here, but if I made the background darker, say, set it back to 0.24, then it will be darker and it will contrast with the foreground a lot better, and you can see what you're doing a lot better, right? That's usually a good rule of thumb when you're doing modern backgrounds, is to add that sheet over the B4 layer to separate the background from the foreground. It's a big difference. Less so with this part, but still, it makes it a lot better. So that about wraps up this first episode of this level request series. That's all I really wanted to showcase for now, but there will be tons more levels in the future. I will continue this series for a while. Like I said, if you have any ideas that you want me to play or criticize in the next video, give feedback on, then send your ideas in the comments or in my DMs on Discord. My username will be in the description again. And that's it for now. See you in the next video.